I am Prof.L.B.Gayakawad, who is talking today about the subject the man must have the influencing personality. What is the meaning of the influencing personality? At first, we should see what is influencing. Influencing means the meaning which is very much impressive meaning. The influencing means the person who influences others. To be the influencing personality, the man must have the particular characteristics which are very much important. These qualities will take man to the height, and that height will make him so much famous, popular personality in his sector of life. Remember, we have seen many persons in our life. Today there are many social workers. Today there are many leaders. There are many teachers. There are many heroes, I will say, and there are many heroines who have influenced the people in the society. They have influenced the people in the society because of their personalities, because of their characters. If we want to develop our character, then we must have the particular activities, we must have the particular, I will say, characteristics which will be responsible for making us the personality of influencing. I will give you the examples. There was the particular king whose name was Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaja. Today also the Maharaja has the particular craze in the hearts of people. Why? Because he developed in those days the influencing personality. Easily he did not influence it. He took a lot of labor on it, and that labor made him the robust person. That labor made him the strongest person in his area in those days. Therefore, today we people are still remembering him, and we are giving him the most heightened importance to his character, and we are living under the umbrella of his support to us in our India. Why? Because he was the person of the action, he was the person of the activities, he was not the person who was neglecting his works, his activities in those days. He had the particular planning, and with the help of that particular planning, he was doing all the works of the day. I will call it the daily routine. His daily routine was very strange. His daily routine was very strong, and because of that strongness, I will say, this gentleman made his own planning, and with the help of that planning, he had his Ashtapradhan Mandal. Remember, his Ashtapradhan Mandal in those days was there present with him. On the basis of that Ashtapradhan Mandal, today we see, or we watch, or we observe the committees, the companies, the political leaders. All these things have been established, have been formed only because of that basis, only because of that fabric of Shivaji Maharaja's Ashtapradhan Mandal. The Ashtapradhan Mandal of Shivaji Maharaja was there in front of him. And when there was any problem before the Maharaja, he was putting that problem in front of the Ashtapradhan Mandal, and he was taking the suggestions of that Mandal, and he was then implementing that particular thing for the welfare of his society. This thing was the influencing thing in those days. Means the Ashtapradhan Mandal came into the existence only because of the efforts or through the efforts of Shivaji Maharaja, and that Ashtapradhan Mandal, I will tell you, was really the particular, I will say, the technique, the schedule which was there in those days in the mind of Shivaji Maharaja. Why did he establish this Ashtapradhan Mandal? I will say he was sleeping with dreams. He was sleeping with his problems, and those problems were running in his mind in those days, and those problems were giving him some problems also and some solutions over the problems also. Because of those problems, he came to the decision of the Ashtapradhan Mandal. Remember, because as man goes into the problems, he starts getting solutions with the help of those problems. So my point is here is that man should be having some problems. Man should not fear of the problems. Man should become the friend of the problems. Because the problems, I will say, make the personality of the man very much influencing. And if his personality is influencing, then the problems come before him. But he had, or he has, or he will have the capacity of solving those problems. And that's why here I took the example of the Chhatrapati Maharaja, the respected Chhatrapati Maharaja, who was playing with the problems. He was playing with the struggles. He was playing with the, I will say, activities which were very much challenging activities before him, and that's why his personality became very robust. His personality became very influencing, and that's why here I will tell you, if you want to make your personality very much influencing, then you will have to follow some rules and regulations of this life. Remember, the God has given us this life not only for spending it in useless things. The God has given us this life only for doing something extra, something new, something astray. I will say something very much different from other people. Remember, there are many people we have seen in this society. We have seen respected Abdul Kalam Sahab, who has told us that man should see the dreams, but those dreams will be or would be, or those dreams should be very much challenging dreams. Because challenging dreams are there. If there are the challenging dreams before the man, then that personality becomes challenging. Suppose I will tell you, there are many students nowadays in the corporate or in the sector of the social life. These students in the villages also, some students in the cities also, and some students in the metropolitan cities also. All these students have become very much lazy and they are not taking anything seriously about their own personality. Now remember, if the students are not taking their life seriously, then who says here that they will become the influencing personalities? These students will not become the influencing personalities because when they are studying at their houses, they don't have the study culture. Remember, the students must have the study culture. If the students have not the study culture, then definitely they will not become the influencing personality. Because in the study of the universities, in the study of the board, there are many lessons, there are many stories. There is the literature, and in that literature all these things are available, and all these things teach them to be the greatest people of the society. But it is very difficult, or it has become very difficult for the students, because these students are not maintaining, these students are not implementing, or these students are not following the culture of the study at their homes. Actually, when we take the example of the students, what is the duty of the student? What is the duty of the students? I will tell you this. The duty of the students is only to study. As long as they are going through the age of youth, or as long as they are going through the age of study, it is their duty, it is their sensible duty, it is their serious duty, it is their solemn duty to study properly at homes and to give the justice to their homes, to give the justice to their parents, to give the justice to their, I will say, relatives, I will say country, and I will say to give the justice to the universe. Now remember, how will the students give the justice to the universe? Just I told that they should give the justice to all these things. How will they give the justice? They will give the justice only through their study. But they are not studying. The students are not studying. They are only passing their times. Actually, English is the subject, which is the subject of the communication. And this English has become now the window language, the language of the world. It is the window language, means I will say it is the window of the world. If we want to see what is happening in the world, then we should go through the English. But actually what is happening? These students have no knowledge of the English language. English language is the language which will reach you into America, into Australia, into the world. You will reach with the help of this English. But what is the position of this English in the minds of the students, in the heads of the students, in the hearts of the students? I will tell you definitely that there is no importance to the students about this English. I will accept here that there are some students, there are some students, there are some men, there are some personalities who have the importance of this English. But how many these people are there? Huh? These people are there in the quantity of less amount. Means they are not more. They are very rare. And that's why they have become the influencing personality. But when we talk about the common student of the universe, then we find that these students have no any kind of importance of the study. So the importance of study is very much important for the life of the student. In short, I will tell you that every person in the life must have a liking for his work. If there is the housewife, she must have the interest in her cooking. She must have the interest in cherishing her children, her sons and daughters. If he is husband, he must have the interest in his office work, or suppose if he is a farmer, he must have the interest in his farming work. If he is the political leader, he must have the interest in his political activities. But we are not observing all these things on a large scale. We are observing these things rare. There are rare persons who have the influencing personalities. In the political field also, we will see that there are the rare persons who have the influencing personalities. In the social field also, we have seen there have been the rare people who have the influencing personality. Then I will tell you, in the religious field also, there are rare persons who have the influencing personality. In the educational field, I will tell you that there are rare teachers, there are rare professors who have the influencing personalities. So my point is here very clear, that the man must have the influencing personality, and if he needs that influencing personality, then that man must have the regular study. He must have the regular timetable, regular schedule, regular planning, and with the help of that regular planning, he must have the mind of accepting the challenges, accepting the things which come always in front of him, because the struggles, his challenges make him the robust person. If he will have no any kind of endurance, if he will have no any kind of power, if he will have no any kind of willing, then he will not have the particular influencing personality. So my point is that from the childhood to the biggest personality, to the robust personality, to the famous personality, to the popular personality, this boy, this man, this young man, this old man must have the particular the liking for his field, the liking for his life, and if he maintains this, then definitely he must have, he will have, he shall have the influencing personality. With this, I will stop here, but before stopping here, I will tell you that these are my own thoughts. These are my own angles of mind. These are my corners of heart which I have opened before you. This is not any kind of criticism on anybody. I am not like that person. I have given here the example of the Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaja. This is also my observation about this great personality, and that's why I got some points. I studied that character, and with my study I spoke some plannings, I spoke some influencing points about the Chhatrapati Maharaja. Again, I told about some social workers, some political leaders. Only for this I spoken this, that you, all students, all people, all coward people, or I will say all the people who have no, I will say guts, who have no endurance, or I will say who have no importance of the, I will say responsibility, personality or characteristics, for those person I am talking here. It is not criticism any kind of, or I don't want to put an emphasis on somebody. I don't want to here to touch any kind of nuisance to the particular thing. With this I stop here. Please share my videos with your friends and give me the comments. With this I stop here. Thank you very much.